So we are nearing the end of the week, and I want to look at some plays that I'm looking into for swing trades, not day trades, okay, or no short term, probably like 2 weeks to 22, 25 days on expiration at minimum to give you time to play out. So I have two, and then I have one that is on that low risk end if you want to, if you're new to it. And then, so the first one that I want to look at is Target. So we already know what's going on with Target as far as boycott. I talked about Target a while back, like when it all first started happening, when they got back near that low 94, 95, somewhere had it been in 4 or 5 years. And so that was that part. But now we are back at, well, not just, I'm going to say back at the boycotts. The boycotts are still going, but we got the CEO stepping down. They ended their partnership with, Ulta Beauty and Target are ending their partnership. And all of the Ulta Beauty mini stores are coming out of Target stores. They've already said, consistently that they've lost billions as well as a lot of in-store foot traffic. So looking at the chart, currently I'm on the daily. A lot of times when I'm, planning out for my swing trades, I come to the daily and do that, okay? Between the daily, the weekly, as well as sometimes the 4 hour, just when I'm just looking for, levels, okay? But right now, as you guys can see here, we have this pole that we are working with there, and then it's currently pushing up. Now, I had this drawn out probably about 2 weeks, probably, this little line here. And what I was waiting for was to see us get below it and see how far we can go. Because my main entry for this one was me looking to see if we can get back at, like $100 even, but I did miss my mark, okay? Because I was watching other things. And so once we got back down there, I wanted to kind of use that as my entry, and I was kind of back and forth with it. But it's still pushing down. I haven't made my move on this one just yet. But as you can see from that, what I've drawn and spotting that flag, that bear flag there, and I said, okay, we're probably getting there, and my move is coming up. And my goal was to enter at 100. And currently, right now, we're at $96, $96.46 right now. So yeah, we are good for below what I was supposed to be made my move at, but it's definitely not dead. Definitely still looking to make my move on this one, with that bear flag that we have here. And then with all the news coming up, of course, news can have a 50-50 effect. So, just kind of take that into consideration. All right. Now, the next one that I want to look at was UPS. Now, all of these that I'm looking at currently, not all of them, by the way, it's just Target, UPS, and then the other one is on, it's potentially calls. Okay, that's going to be the lower risk one that I'm going to go with you guys. So on UPS, we have here a bear flag, another bear flag. I was actually able to catch this move down, not this entire move, but I did catch a pretty good move on this one, and got down. And as you can see, we're forming yet another bear flag. Now, this is the thing when it comes to looking at bear flags, okay? You never know how long it's going to take to completely form out, okay? And I've talked about bear flags a lot, where a lot of times they go up. You may look at them as bear channels, or it may go straight across like this, okay? Like it may go straight across, it may go straight up. It just all depends on, it depends, but they're easy to spot. Okay, just simply looking for that flagpole down, and it pushes up, and then you can usually see how that thing plays out. You just never know how long it's going to take. So it's definitely important to watch for heavy rejection levels, and just pretty much trying to time your entry and find out where to make your move. Okay, so in this case, this one pushed up for a little bit, up, down, of course, and it finally broke. And then I was able to catch that one. So now I'm looking to make my second move on this next flag that is forming. Remember, I'm on the daily time frame. So of course, this here This flag started forming way back in April, okay, and then it finally broke. We see we had it broke here, but we didn't fully get that full move down. What was that? July 17th, and right up in here on the 28th. Okay, and that's actually when I actually entered this on the 27th. I'm sorry, not the 27th. I entered this on the 24th, and I held that to come down. So now I'm going to make my move again and kind of see how this thing plays out. And remember, 15 to 30 days on expiration. It may not even take that long, but it's important to have some time on your side to let it make its move, because we don't know, again, how long that shit is going to take. Okay, so right here, as you also see, it has earnings coming up on UPS. This is well in October, so you got plenty of time to make your moves before earnings. All right, so something to just keep on your radar. Now let's look really quickly at Beyond Meats. Now, originally there was news that Beyond Meats was filing for bankruptcy, and that was when I originally came to check it out. And this one's a very low risk play. This one is sitting at $2.39 right now. But the thing that kind of got me slightly interested in this one is I took this play to my students because I like to take low risk plays to them that don't require them breaking the bank, especially when they're new to trading and they're just getting into it. But they have said that the news of them filing for bankruptcy is false. Now, keep in mind too, when it comes to bankruptcy news, that is not a make it or break it for a company, okay? Because bankruptcy, it could just be a clean slate. Just like we have with Red Lobster. They filed bankruptcy, but they didn't, the company didn't shut down. They are pretty much just giving themselves a clean slate to start over. So that's what that looks like. But they said it was false. So, hey, it doesn't matter. Over here, they've never been under this level right here. And if you guys see right now, this was a level that I was waiting for to get back to get into this one. Now, this in particular one, because of how slow burn of a move or as a stock that this one is, between 30 days on that expiration, so that it's more than enough time to make its move back up. Okay, that's like $3.50. Around this little area is what, $3.94. Let's see, pushing on up to like $4 or $5. Now it could take a minute to get back up there, considering if it gets back down there, the bulls could be potentially back at this $2.22, $2.23 level, waiting to rally this thing back up. Okay, so this was just one. I definitely wanted to see it at 222 on the dot. Okay, I wanted this one there. Let me see. Let me take that back off. Go back over here. I definitely want to see that one back down there, because currently it's up a little bit on 240. So back at this low level down here is where I was looking to make my move. I also mentioned at 236, if you've seen the post that I made about it, 236 to 222, but it has never been under this 222 level. Let's zoom this thing out a little bit and go as far over as possible. As you guys can see, this thing has really just been on a downward spiral since it hit. Okay, so they hit the market back in 2019. Okay, so you see where it went from up 200 and what is that, like 237. This is like those IPO highs that they have, and then over the years this thing is just back flat. Okay, so this one is just a low risk one to watch, and that bankruptcy news pretty much just brought me to this one, but definitely something to keep on your radar, especially if it hits that 222. I definitely believe that they could begin to push it back up, but definitely want to make sure you have enough time on the trade, because without enough time, then it's going to sort of defeat the purpose, because I don't see this one just shooting back up, in 8 days. Possibly 15, possibly 20, 30 at minimum for me if I decide to get into this one, and definitely going to be looking at multiple contracts to kind of maximize on that profit, because it's a slow burn. You see where we are, and just up here is a few cents $1, $2, $3 just to get back up here to this possible resistance up here. So yeah, make sure you have enough time on your side. So keep UPS on your radar, as well as Target, and then Beyond Meats. So I'll post those levels down that I'm looking at exactly on all of them, but those were just some patterns that I wanted to show you. I'm on the daily time frame. The daily time frame, just say, okay, I'm going to be in this thing for a while. Versus if you're looking for a more short term play, then you'll probably need to go to the lower time frames. Possibly the hour, 30. Beyond Meats is not one that I would say even waste your time on a shorter term play for this one. Okay, but UPS, yeah, Target possible as well, but this one, no. Okay, so make sure you get some time on your side for it. I'll post those levels, and of course, if you have any questions about it, just let me know.